Welcome to the Saynetwork podcast. I'm Jordan Nix, and I'm here with Summar Bussey.
Hello.
Carmen Magdaleno.
Hello.
And Jib Sparks.
Yes.
Summer is our Christian education director, and Carmen is our events and project coordinator. Both are passionate youth workers that care deeply about others, and they both offset Jim, who does not care about others.
That's what it sounds like.
Today we have some rapid fire questions to get to know them better. First, have you ever been trapped somewhere? Carmen.
No.
Summer.
So, no, not that I can remember, but emotionally, yes.
How so?
One time, my sister sleepwalks and talks. And one time when I was probably about 7, she came to my bed and she shook me awake. And she goes in this deep voice. It sounded like some kind of demon. And she was like, "Come with me." And I was just frozen. I was like, I have to go. And I was like, it was so terrifying. She gets up, she walks all the way to the front of our apartment, and she just goes, "Put on your shoes." I was like, okay. Wow. I get down on the floor, putting my shoes on. I'm at the will of whoever is inhabiting my sister at this point. And then she just goes, "Never mind," and just left. And I was just sitting in the dark, with half of my shoes on, But yeah, and then she went to bed. She her shoes were under the bed. She just sleepwalked.
Is that emotionally trapped?
I felt I felt frozen. I was like, I have to just follow her. And I remember I was talking to somebody about it, and they were like, "Why did you go? If it sounded so weird?" And I was like, I don't know. I was just so scared. I just went. I just did it.
That's
okay.
I have a story. I wasn't the one trapped, but I was part of the trapping. And we were at Star Lake Camp in Eastern Territory.
Woo woo.
I had to wait for that because I knew it was coming.
Yeah.
And it was really late at night, so we were trying to think of what to do, and we thought of a good plan is to see in the industrial dryer if a human could tumble in the dryer.
Oh,
that's terrifying.
And it was successful. Three of us
turned it on.
Yeah, so 3 of us, not together, individually.
I was about to say that's a big dryer.
we stuck but the one guy who did not want to go in, we convinced him to go in, and he got in, and he got a little stuck inside the dryer. It took us a while to get him out, just because that hole gets a little small. I mean, it's big once you get in there. But yeah, when we started the dryer the first time, it was like kook, 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 and then it turned over and started tumbling. It was very funny. I mean, I laughed so hard. Did we get in trouble? Possibly. But did that kid did that kid get trapped? Get that trapped? Yes. And was he freaking out? Yes, absolutely.
I would be too.
Which unfortunately at the age in which we did it, his freaking out made us laugh even more. That's just unfortunate boys behavior there. But if you've ever wondered if a human could tumble in a dryer, it's not that hard actually.
Cool. Okay. Well, thank you for that. I guess that just proves that they both care deeply about others, and you offset them. You just solidified that.
Well, I think it has less to do with care, more to see what the human could do. I see potential in human. Yeah.
Experimentation.
That's all.
All right. What was your favorite award, Carmen?
Freshman year, I got most improved on the tennis team.
Oh,
which I thought,
that's a good award.
Look,
yeah.
I thought it was good because I had never played tennis in my life until I showed up to tennis tryouts because my brother said, "Hey, you should try this." And then I didn't make the JV team, so I went home, and then he called me and he was like, "Where are you at?" Because he was a senior. And I was like, "I'm at home." And he's like, "Can I say stupid?" But he said stupid. And he's like, "You made varsity. Get back here."
You can say stupid.
You can say stupid.
Yeah.
Wait, you didn't make JV, but you made varsity?
I made varsity and got most improved, having never played tennis in my life.
Holy smokes.
We're going to have to play tennis.
Yeah.
There's a court next door.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Perfect.
she just called
With
you
the
out.
view.
She's ready to go now.
All right, we're gonna
My
have to,
racket is in the car.
Oh, yeah.
we're gonna have to film this.
Yeah.
New Taskmaster.
Yeah, for
Summer.
sure.
Favorite
So
award.
my favorite award was it was so when they do those fun awards at the end of the school year at college. I was on the tumbling team at Asbury, and they gave me on Tumbling, the Salvation Army Student Center. We did like a series of awards, and mine was best somersaulter
Oh,
with an
what
A.
a pun.
That's wait. Do they give awards in college normally?
No,
I
it
was
was like
thinking- I
it was
was
like a fun like
At Asbury.
superlative
They do
situation.
it at Asbury.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Can you-
And
can
be
you just-
honest,
Go ahead.
to be honest though, my like roles out of everything on the tumbling team are like the worst. Like I do like a little scoot at the end because there's too much momentum.
Are you? Tell us what the tumbling team actually is, because it's not a very common thing to have.
It is not something that is anywhere else that I've heard. So it's a ministry gymnastics team, and we do a combination of. So it's at Asbury University, and we do a combination of floor stunts. So like people who can do floor tumbling, cheer like group stunts, but a lot of our stunts are illegal in cheer because like there's certain numbers of feet off the floor. And then we have a trampoline. So we do on 3 trampolines. We do bleacher diving. We do ring of fire. Like we do a lot of various things, but basically we train throughout the semester and the year. And then we go on tour during spring break, and we go to different schools all around the area and perform and do object lessons. And we will like do different like Sunday schools or stuff like that, depending on what school or church we're at.
So it's
Cool.
like the strongmen of the 80s.
Yeah. I think that's
Version.
actually where it started. Was like all of these guys who would like do weird like stuff, and then like it eventually just like transformed into
Wow.
Tumbling.
like a cheer
So
based
you tumbled in fire, is what
through fire.
through fire, like a hula hoop fire.
Yeah, it's like a ring, and you like dive through it or over it for the brave. That was not me.
Wow.
Or breathe it.
Cool.
We did have people on our team who like could spit the fire.
They were full of sin. I'm sure of it.
Jim, favorite award.
Favorite award? I would have to say this came in Boy Scouts. I was in Boy Scouts, and it was who could ride the bicycle the slowest. And I won that award. I didn't know I could do it.
Did you just
But
sit there?
it was no, you had to stay on 2 wheels.
That's
you-
kind of cool.
You had to balance, and they gave out probably 15 awards that day. It was the last competition. I hadn't won anything, and I didn't know if I could ride it slow or anything like that, but I was determined, and I got that award. And yeah, it was a prize. It was a prize ribbon. It was a prize ribbon that said congratulations. Didn't say what the award was on it. Didn't say first place.
Scribble in the
Just
name of
said,
the award on the back.
Congratulations. But it was one of the times where I was like, I'm getting one of these things, and I got one.
Wait, so
Congratulations.
most improved at tennis, somersault, summer,
Yeah.
and slowest bicycle rider.
Somersault Summer is her MySpace handle. You could check it out.
Yeah, I'm
Is
sure.
MySpace still like alive?
For
Find
summer,
find
it
her on
is.
TikTok.
No, you will not.
Next question: did you fail a driving test, Carmen?
No, I actually got told. Okay, so
Oh, it
in,
sounds like
in
she
the state
failed.
of California, no. I got stopped in the middle of taking my test to drive a 15 passenger
Uh-huh.
because there's 3 parts of a test, right? So I
Right.
passed all of them, but when I was taking the second part, which is the vehicle inspection, I was too thorough that they were like, "You need to stop. There's no way you can fail this test anymore." And I was like, "But I want 100%."
Whoa.
So they actually told me to stop.
Fancy
because I
you
couldn't
pants.
because I couldn't fail, and I was like, but because I was in competition with the other guys from my work at the time that were also taking the test, so I wanted to be better than them.
Oh,
Strong.
summer.
Yes. I failed the written test. No shame.
You know what? I believe you.
I failed the written test, but it was like
I
The-
wouldn't have guessed the written.
so
What?
Just saying.
okay. I have another story about my actual driving test too. But like the signs on the road, I didn't study those because I was like, those are like, they make sense. They're like images
Yes.
that like should be well described. That was where I failed. And I was like, are you kidding me? Like, if they're not obvious, why are they signs? So I failed that once. And then during my actual driving test, I definitely failed the parallel parking. But I was like trying to be like really like nice to the guy, and I was like, "Oh, do you want some gum? Like, do you want to do the music?"
While you were parallel
No, at the beginning.
Oh.
But then
It's
then
while you're
as
like,
driving,
this is probably why you
digging in your
failed.
purse.
as I'm driving, so my sister, this is my senior year of high school. My sister was in Kentucky at college, and she hadn't gotten her license yet. So as I'm driving, I was saying to him like, yeah, I really hope that I can pass the test because I want to beat my sister. Like, I want to like get my license before her. And I think he thought that I said visit my
Physically.
sister. And so then he goes, "Oh, where's your sister?" And I was like, "Oh, my sister lives in Kentucky." And he was like, "Oh," he's like, "So you're going to go drive and visit her?" And I was like, "Yeah." So I think that he might have like given me a little bit of like sympathy points. And
So
like,
you could go
that's
see
why.
your sister?
So I go see my sister because my sister lived so far away in Kentucky. And I was like, "No, I was talking about beating her. Like, I'm going to get my license before you," which I did. So it was
Wow,
a,
not
yeah,
that we're keeping track.
yeah.
I did not fail my driver's test, and my actual physical driving test was a little chaotic. As I was getting on the freeway, a truck dumped a bunch of wood all over the freeway, and cars were skidding all over the place and moving all over. And I was, just as I was getting on, I had to maneuver around. I did run over one piece of wood, but I got into a lane and sweated it out. I was like really, really freaking out, but
Yeah.
exterior, I was fine. I missed one on that driver's test, and he said because I ran over one piece of wood and it could have had a nail in it.
They
I was
staged
like,
that.
I survived this. You didn't even give me that. Summer gets her license. She didn't do anything, so she could visit her sister, and I got dinged for that.
They
You should have
definitely
said you
staged
needed to
that.
visit your sister.
It was wild. It was cool, but did not fail it.
Okay. Well, if you could go anywhere in the world for vacation, where do you want to go?
I'd say Iceland, but I'm going there.
Oh,
so my
flex.
next one would be the Maldives.
That's a good
Maldives.
answer. Both strong.
Okay, so if I were to choose right now, it would be South Africa because I haven't seen my family in a while. But my ultimate goal is to go to all of the Disneys around the world. So like Disney Sea, Tokyo Disney, Disney Hong Kong. Like I've done Disney Paris, so probably like Tokyo so that I could check out 2 of those.
Sweet.
Cool.
Mine is Tahiti. There's a particular island there, and there's a wave that breaks huge in August generally. It's called Chopu. I really, really want to go there. It's not that exciting.
Nice. I mean, sounds cool. Have you ever gotten stitches, Carmen?
Only for my wisdom teeth.
Lame.
I haven't gotten stitches, but I've gotten stapled and glued.
Okay.
Was string not available?
Summer sounds like a kindergarten art craft.
Yeah, they like I got 4 staples in my head, and then I like cut my foot open by like kicking the faucet when I was like shaking off my foot, and they like glued it. It wasn't like, yeah, I don't know why. I think it might have just been like the 2 because it was like top of my head and then like right on the edge of my foot. That it was like probably not enough skin, I guess, to like stitch.
That story brought up more questions than answers. I got stitches in my eye, around my eye. I was playing catcher without a mask, and my friend hit me with a baseball bat on his follow-through swing. And I just remember seeing red. Like, I don't remember feeling pain. I just remember seeing red, and then I ran home. I was across the street from my home. I ran home, opened up the door. My mom freaked out when she saw my face because there was blood everywhere. And she freaked out. Then I was scared. And then I felt pain. I didn't feel it until then. And then, so we went to the doctor, got stitches. And while the doctor was stitching me up, and so it's like right in my eye line, I could see like when he's pulling the skin up,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So my mom's telling him this story about my brother watching some dog and it died and something like that. I don't know. And the doctor was laughing the whole time. So I'm watching my skin bounce. I was like, Mom, shut up.
Gross.
I got to get this eye fixed. So yes, I had stitches
Yeah.
right by my eye.
I have never had stitches, but my friend, one time when we were like 11 or 12, we were playing catch. And he was like running to catch the football, and he tripped, and he like does everything with like his tongue like sticking out slightly,
No.
and he tripped and he bit off his tongue. And so he had to go get it like stitched back on, and it was disgusting. And he was just like bleeding all over the ground, and I had to like run and get his mom to
I
come
thought
help
you were going to
us.
say you had to pick
No,
up his
you
tongue.
No, you gotta
Like,
put it on
ew.
ice immediately. Otherwise, they can't stitch it back on. Throw it on
All
some
right.
ice.
Well, now we know everything
First
about
Those-
you guys.
Those were rapid fire.
Yeah, those were very slow rapid fire. It's like your bicycle.
Yeah.
All right. Jim is going to bring a youth culture topic to us.
Music. I'm talking about music today. I am not a huge music listening fan. In fact, my genre of music of choice is not popular. And so
Irish folk dancing.
it is folk, actually. Folk music. Maybe not Irish
Bluegrass?
folk dancing. Bluegrass for sure. Yeah.
Lexington.
Yeah, I'm on board with that part. But my question to you is, where do you typically discover new music? Spotify, just recommended listening. All right.
I'm really bad at listening to new music because my favorite kind of music is the music I can sing along to.
Sure.
So most of the time, no. Emo. I'm not all
Oh,
Disney. Thanks, guys.
She has
but
a dark side.
I do. Secret. So like most of the time it's like I'll put on the radio when I'm driving, like if I'm open to listening to new music, like if I don't want to sing along, or I'll sometimes put on there on Spotify there's like a new thing where you can do recommended within the playlist.
Mm-hmm.
So then it adds a couple of like extra songs. So then sometimes I do that, but yeah, I'm not really great at listening to new music.
Jordan, where do you discover new music?
I'm really bad at discovering new music too. I feel like I usually only hear it from like friends because I'm also not on Spotify. I use Apple Music, and I feel like it's not as good at like giving you new options. I don't know. I don't really explore it. I kind of just listen to the same song like 1,000 times until I find a new one I want to listen to.
Me too.
Well, one of the most popular places to discover new music is through video games and music soundtracks. The soundtracks to video games are significant, whether they're giant orchestral pieces or artists getting their songs on the video games. It's really important for music people to get into the video games. It's estimated between 25 and 30% of people now encounter new music through video games. And amongst the Gen Z, it's even higher.
Wow.
And that's where they're discovering music. And it kind of makes sense because random songs are like really popular to them. And I'm like, how, like, Aha, I think is the one that was just going around. And I was like, how do you know that? My son knew that song. And he's like, oh, I don't know. And he didn't know where he had heard it from. And then I heard it playing in his room, and I was like, where's that coming from? He goes, oh, it's coming from this video game. And so,
Like Take On Me?
Take On Me, yeah. And
Into the classics.
and so it's interesting how that's infiltrated. And it was popular in the 90s. Like that was kind of a thing. I remember listening to Tony Hawk Pro Skater and the video game, and I heard different songs in there, and I was like, oh, those are really cool, and I wanted to listen to them. But that's what's happening now. Fortnite is a big place to discover new music.
There's music in Fortnite?
I guess I don't know.
Played it once, I don't remember.
I don't play Fortnite. They certainly dance, so they got to dance to something.
Oh, yeah.
Victory
Okay.
Dance.
So,
I know all the dance.
but just
You know the dances, but not that they were dancing to music.
you could show us at some point.
Okay.
I just want to read this
Right
quote.
after our tennis match.
Yeah.
I want to read this quote. We knew that video games could become what MTV and commercial radio had once been in the 80s and 90s. Any given song in FIFA, this is specifically talking about FIFA, the soccer game. Any given song in FIFA, whether it's a new track by an established act or the debut of an unknown artist, will be heard around the world nearly 1 billion times. Clearly, no medium in the history of recorded music can deliver such massive and instantaneous global exposure. Some of these games are so significant, it exposes, like they said, up to 1 billion people to listen to.
Wow.
So, so if you're a youth worker and you're trying to figure out where did they hear that from or what are they listening to, it just sounds like we just need to play more video games. which
Sounds like it.
kind of a win. Win?
Win-win.
Win.
When I think of video games and music, I just think of Mario Kart.
Yeah.
I'm like, why
I
are
think
they
of the
listening to
Wii. The Wii welcome.
that? Yeah.
Yeah, but you have like Just Dance. You have like, those were popular a long time ago, but those type of genre games keep coming around. But the heavy hitters, everyone's fighting to get on those because it's instantaneous. It gets to the people right away.
I would have never thought about
So
that.
there you go. Play video games, learn new music, especially what the kids are listening to.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I feel like movies are also a big one.
Yeah.
Where I like forgot about that. I hear a lot of new
I
music
think
from
TikTok's
movies.
getting there too. Because now that I think
Yeah.
about it, when I watch a video, I'm like, wait, what's that song? Where's that from? And I'll like
Yeah, you look it up.
look it up.
Mm.
Yeah, I would say a lot of like my music taste right now is from movies that I watched as like a young, like whether it be like a kid or like a young teenager, or it's like, oh, that was in that like 2000s movie, and so like that like memory of watching that movie is connected to the song, so I like it.
Yeah.
That's when you were young. Oh, jeez.
Gen Z, technically.
Technically, there you go. That's youth culture in a wrap.
Thank you, Jim. Jim, you are also going to spin our wheel for us.
All right.
Our wheel of topics.
It's
Wheel of
Summer.
Fortune.
You're up first. All right. Let's see what you have. Let's
What am I gonna win?
get to the preview and go
A new
live.
car.
Sorry. And here we go. We're
That's
spinning the
my
wheel.
property.
Wheel is spinning and excellent.
I'm sure she has one.
An embarrassing
Which
teenage
one?
story.
Okay. This is a time when I was in high school, senior year of high school, so probably not as teenage, I guess. But so it was our pep rally, and this is like, I wasn't very peppy. Like I wore
Sorry,
like
what?
the costume.
I don't believe you.
I wore the
That's
costume,
delightful.
but I was like, I wasn't crazy about like high school and like the people at high school. Like I wasn't friends with a lot of people. So we had the pep rally. The seniors won. It was my class, and we had not won ever, like ever. And I was very proud because I did help out with the hallway decorating, and I feel like that helped us out. But needless to say, we won. Everybody like runs to the center to go like grab the cup or whatever. And I'm like, I'm out. Like, time to get to the bus. So I decide, like a normal person, to not walk down the stairs, to walk down the bleachers. So I'm like stepping with my massive backpack that had literally everything. So if you know me now, you know that if you're ever in need, check my backpack because I probably have something to help.
She is the Mary Poppins.
So, massive backpack, all my school stuff, walking down these bleachers, and I miss like the last 2 bleacher steps. So, as I am tumbling, I see my I'm like coming down, and instead of like just like falling flat, I was like slow motion falling, where it was like as I was going, my head was getting closer to the ground. My backpack came over my shoulders. It was weighing me down even more. I'm like just seeing my face like inches away from the ground. And then all of a sudden, I feel a hand grab my arm. So I'm like, whoa, somebody saved me. And the person like pulls me up, and I look at him. And he's like the football player, wrestling dude, like one of the most attractive guys in school.
Oh, snap.
And he like pulls me up. And I just looked at him and I was like, oh my goodness. And like, he saved me. I was like, what is going on? And he goes like, oh, are you okay? And like, I didn't really talk to people at school. So like, I kind of knew him, but like not really well. But he was like, oh, Summer, are you okay? And I was like, you know my name? And I was like, I was like, thanks. And I just like ran. That's like my natural response, just like panic and run. So I just like ran away and like never talked to him about it ever again. But he saved my life. I would have probably eaten it real hard in front of everybody. But yeah.
Wow. That sounds like a Disney.
It's like a Disney meet cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when you go to your 5-year reunion next year, then you meet up again and fall in love.
Yeah, I'll be like, hey, remember that one time when you saved me? He probably has completely forgotten about it.
Is there video of it?
No, but I have a video
sure?
of like right before it happened. So like,
Oh, that's
and
too
it comes
bad.
up on like my Facebook memories where it's
It
like,
haunts you.
yeah, where it's like, we won the cup. And it's like right before I like took a quick video. I was like, woohoo, yeah, seniors won. And I was like, out, time to go. Yeah.
I'm
Does
sure
my-
the school might have surveillance video.
I really
Let's
hope
look
so.
into this.
See, this is okay. I like tumble a lot.
Seriously.
On purpose and not.
On purpose and intentionally and non-intentionally. And I seriously hope, I believe that one day when I go to heaven, that God's just gonna have like a blooper reel for my life. Like I need to see this because I'm like, there's just so many great ones, and I'm like, this is gonna be an epic video.
Can you ask God to provide that earlier? We'd
yeah.
like
Yeah,
to see
it's
that.
like, I'd
You
like
know,
to see
I
it.
want to see his favorites.
Yeah.
Like you might have yours, but I want to see what God thinks were
Yeah,
like
no.
the top 5.
That's funny.
I got a good few that I'm like, I really wish I could have seen that. I would just laugh my head off.
Well, you survived. Glad you survived. Carmen, you're up next. Spinning the wheel. Here it goes. The wheel is spinning. And what in the world? What in the world? Carmen, what in the world with you?
With me, I don't know about me,
What in the
but
world?
what in the world right now? I don't understand. Well, I kind of understand, but like McDonald's is tugging at people's hearts right now.
McDonald's is.
McDonald's. First off,
They
they
they've been clogging hearts
well that too.
for a long time.
beginning.
For sure.
But like a couple weeks ago, I remember reading an article about how they were going to like I'm old, right? Not like Jim old, but like I'm older than Summer for sure.
That's not hard to get.
Yeah.
My wallet is older than Summer.
But a couple weeks ago, I saw this article that said that McDonald's was like releasing like the old school Halloween kids meals, like in the buckets that you would use to go
Those
trick or
orange
treating.
buckets with the weird hats.
Yeah, and like there's a purple one and
Oh,
like
yeah.
a ghost one. Anyways, they were releasing those, and I was like, dang, like okay, maybe I'll order myself a Happy Meal like end of October, whenever it's happening. But then this weekend, apparently they launched like adult Happy Meals with toys. Like I don't understand why they're coming after us.
It's
like,
a great idea.
older people.
So
like,
it's Happy Meals for adults.
yes.
Who doesn't need happy?
What's happy about those meals? Are they full portions in there?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Summer's gotten one before.
No. I saw somebody post about them.
Yeah,
so I
there
was
were
like,
so many posts yesterday, and I hopped on TikTok and I was like, every other post was somebody going to McDonald's to get
Is there a
an
toy?
adult happy. Yeah,
What is the toy?
it's like
Like a back
grimace.
scratcher?
No, it's like a little grimace and a hamburglar and
mm.
It
the
seems,
girl bird thing and this weird one. Apparently, there's a new.
seems
something.
fitting that they're giving them Grimace as their.
in the Happy Meal.
I don't even know what you're talking
No,
about.
but like some people
I don't know
are
what
actively.
toys they are.
They're just little figure.
They're like
because
the-
you're young, Jordan. That's why you
So-
don't know.
It's like the characters, the McDonald's characters.
I don't know.
Do you
what they
remember the
look like. I wasn't
Hamburglar?
allowed to eat McDonald's.
And Jordan was
Of
in
course you
Senegal
are.
during
Yeah.
his prime McDonald's years.
Yeah.
So are you for or against it then? I can't.
I don't know. I'm torn.
You're torn. I
Like I'm half excited and then I'm like, but why?
I don't know about that. I will not be getting an adult Happy Meal. I know plenty of adults that get just Happy Meals and say that their kids are in the
Is
car.
it
I
because
don't.
they're not gluten free?
No, actually, you know what? I will say I have not eaten a McDonald's anything but a salad in probably 15 years. But they did have salads for a while and they were good. And for some reason at the pandemic, when the pandemic first hit, they took away the salads for sanitary reasons.
Well, right before that, there
Makes
was
no
the like.
sense.
I don't understand. How are they preparing that salad different than what they're preparing?
No, but wasn't
Other
it
food.
before the pandemic? There was like a lettuce like recall or something.
There always is lettuce
A
recalls.
lettuce shortage.
It wasn't a shortage. It was there was something wrong with like the lettuce, and everyone was taking.
Everybody
it
else
away.
was serving salad, and they kept citing it. I was like, "That's a terrible reason." They're like, "No, we're really just trying to pump calories into Americans right now." So that's our aim.
What's new?
Yeah. Anyways, good for you. I guess. Happy
I'm just
birthday.
saying, I don't understand the whole like
Nostalgia is a very big thing. And for people buying Happy Meals, that was a big thing. And for a lot of people of not large means, buying a Happy Meal was often a reward for people. So it's probably that, tugging at that, saying...
I did see one TikTok where the guy was like, I wasn't allowed to have a Happy Meal when I
Yeah.
was a kid, so take this, Mom. And
Yeah,
I was like,
exactly.
more issues there.
I have a feeling there's a lot of that.
I wasn't allowed to.
Yeah, well, Jordan,
That'll be Jordan.
We had to go to Whole Foods.
You could go
Oh
get
my
your
gosh.
McDonald's today.
You could
You
have
had to
like
go to
you could get 3 adult Happy Meals for
Yeah.
one thing at Whole Foods.
All right. All right, next spin. Jordan, are you
Yeah.
ready?
Yeah.
Here it comes. Oh, you got a camp story. This is a guy who
Oh.
never went to camp.
I went to one camp.
Was it too
It
McDonald's for you?
No, it was like a Cub Scout camp, and I was
Wait,
11 or 12.
You were in the Boy Scouts?
I was in Cub Scouts.
Cub Scouts different.
It's different.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Um,
Apologies.
I don't really remember much of it. I kind of blacked it all out. But yeah, I had to go to this like week-long summer camp they did. And I remember I really didn't want to go, but I was forced to go. And so I got there. It was like a Monday through Friday. And I remember like our first day was okay. We got there. We spent a night. Everybody had to just like set up their tents. And I think it was like you had a bunch of like classes you'd go to like, I don't know, learn how to like tie knots or things like that. And on our second day, I remember it was a Tuesday. We went on like some long hike, and then they were like,
was Jim leading it?
no, we went on some long hike, which I like hikes, so I was having fun. And then they were like, oh, we're under like tornado watch.
Ooh.
And so they were like, yeah, we'll keep an eye on it. And then like it just kept getting closer, and then it started like hailing and raining, and we were all like stuck like really far out, like away from the camp. So and you could literally like see it off in like the distance.
Whoa.
And they just made us all sit there under like some big rocks while it was like hailing. And I already didn't want to go to camp, so I was just like miserable, like crying and like wanting to go home. And yeah, we sat there for maybe like 3 or 4 hours, and we couldn't move or go anywhere. And then eventually, I mean, I don't really know what happened, but they were like, okay, we can all go now. Like it stopped raining and stuff. So we went, and like all of our stuff was soaking wet. Like tents were like flipped over, and
This
some
sounds
tents
like
were like
the National
missing.
Jamboree.
It does, yeah.
So anyway, I got there, and then everybody's trying to like dry their stuff because everybody's stuff was like soaking wet. And then some lady came up to me. And I remember I was trying to call my parents because I was like, come get me. I need to get out of here. And then some lady I'd never met before came up to me, and she's like, are you Jordan? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, I need to drive you home right now. And so so I got in the car, and she drove me home because we had like a family emergency, and all my family was in San Diego and I was in Denver. And so I guess they all like left last minute to go. And so I had to go get like a red eye by myself.
Oh, at what age?
At like 11.
Oh my
I
gosh.
got dropped off at the airport and went. So that's that's my whole camp story.
So you don't like camp. Well, you went to camp.
Like camp.
So you went to camp
I went
with
to
us
camp.
at
I did,
WYI.
yes.
Well, how was that experience for you?
It was really good. It was definitely and it went into my positive cup.
A little redemption, maybe?
Yeah,
Yeah, a little
much better than what I had experienced before. I think I went to like a church camp maybe in like 3rd grade or something, but I really don't remember it. I don't remember what happened there.
Blacked out.
Crazy.
Yeah. I just remember my friend like had to like pee really bad on the bus, and they wouldn't pull over, so he peed his pants next to me. That's like my only memory of that. So another trauma from camp.
My goodness. All right. Well, fun.
It's very fun.
Spinning the wheels. Plug. We have the Youth Leadership Armory coming up. Summer, you want to share a little bit about the Youth Leadership Armory that's coming up?
Yeah, so it is going to be a series of 1-hour Zoom calls. And the point is just to kind of get some connections, to establish some connections, to do some learning, and to just be able to create like a community of practice in which we're all able to kind of talk with a certain subject matter expert that has to do with youth ministry, and to kind of hear some of their best practices. And then on top of that, be able to kind of discuss, how does this apply to me? What are other people doing in this area? So we're really excited to hear from some great guests, and it'll be every other week at 1 p.m. Pacific time. And I hope you'll sign up. We'll have a link in our Instagram bio, and we'll share one on Facebook as well. You just sign up onto the Google Sheet, and we'll send you a Zoom link.
Cool. I'm excited about that.
Yeah. All right. Well, Carmen and Summar, thanks for being here. Do you guys have anything else you want to plug?
Bible Bowl.
Bible Bowl.
Bible Bowl is coming back in, what's next year? 2023.
Yeah.
We're already there.
Yeah. So, yeah, registration forms are going out soon with a new updated handbook. It's all going to be Kahoot again, so nobody has to break a wrist buzzing in anymore.
Good.
Yeah. We're excited about that. We've already had a few divisions reach out because cores have reached out to them wanting to sign up teams. So
Awesome.
We're excited to see how it'll go again, round 2 doing just Kahoot, or round 3.
Technically round 3.
Yeah. So
Healthy competition.
yeah.
It's good.
All right. Well,
Maybe you'll get an award like Carmen. Lots of awards.
oh yeah.
Best improved.
Most improved at Bible Bowl. All right. Well, anything we've talked about in this episode is linked in the show notes. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like and subscribe to the Saynetwork podcast on Apple, Spotify, or YouTube so you don't miss out on new content. Thanks for listening, and we'll be back next week with a brand new episode and new guests.
It's true. See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.